Oh, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the Empire State of Sports podcast. I'm your host, Karan Kapoor, joined by my partner, Topher Pete. As we sit here today, we're recapping again what transpired between the Giants and the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday. Chris, I don't know about you, I am beyond frustrated with what transpired 2 days ago at Jerry World. So,
AT&T.
um,
Last
let's
time we
just
won
get
there, I think was the first time that ever was played in when Eli signed the wall.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's been 8 years. I think
9 years.
Prescott's 14-0 he's won 14 straight times against us, so we haven't beaten him.
Ridiculous.
But let's get into it. So again, what the Giants did or didn't do. Again, we start off the game. Obviously, the implosion by the offensive lineman Hudson. 5 penalties on the first drive. He's blown up on the sideline. We're going back and forth on text, like, what the hell is he doing?
There's another one.
Abel,
There's another. What's he
they,
doing?
Dable brings him out of the game, puts him right back in. He's getting into shouting matches on the sideline. It looks totally dysfunctional. And on top of that, again, they stall in the red zone. They drive all the way down the field with those penalties, with everything that transpired, with all the headaches that we had on that first drive. They still march down the field, get to the red zone, and completely fall apart and end up kicking a field goal. That right there, I was like, this is going to be a long day. I don't think the Giants are going to have what it takes. I think it's going to be another one of those Washington-type games where they're just kicking field goals all day, and Dallas is going to end up punching it through. But nonetheless, they take the lead, 3-0. Dallas comes back. The offense suddenly starts to click. Wilson started airing it out. Looked like the Russell Wilson of old. It was exciting to see. I was happy about that. He was getting neighbors involved. So obviously his little pep talk the week before made a dent because he was looking for him. I think he had 13 targets. So the offense started doing some good things, right? We finally got our first touchdown, and it looked like that kind of opened the floodgates. But then the defense completely falls apart. The big, bad defense that I sat here a month ago and said with you and with Bobby and with LPG that I thought was going to be historic. And I said, this defensive line has a chance to be great. And we got Abdul Carter, who I didn't hear his name once on Sunday. We have Big Dexter Lawrence, who I don't even know if he played, the 350-pound guy. I don't even know if I saw him on the field. We have Kayvon Thibodeau, who's playing for a contract. And we have Brian Burns, who actually had a good game. But where's the secondary? We're giving up chunks of yards to CeeDee Lamb, to George Pickens, to the tight end, to the running backs getting chunks of yards. Could not get a stop to save a nosebleed. So with that said, the Cowboys march up and down the field. We'll get into the game in a few minutes. But Chris, I want to hear your thoughts on how you felt, because I was completely disgusted with the way the defense played, considering the fact that we actually scored 37 points for the first time in God knows how many years.
Like, I think we scored maybe 31 times the entire time Daniel Jones was there. Like, maybe his first game ever, the historic game against
It's 2-0
Tampa.
Daniel Jones, by the way, but that's a different
Oh, yeah.
subject. 2-0, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and then they didn't even punt yet. They didn't even. I think he scored on every single time. They either scored a touchdown or a field goal on every single possession they had the ball, but one in 2 games. And it was late second quarter, the second game, when they finally went for 4th and 2 and didn't get it. He's balling, and I always said, and everybody laughs, and I gave him some shit about it. Like, give the guy some protection. And answer this, man, real quick. Now, you brought him up. I want to give him his flowers. I said, you put Daniel Jones on the Eagles last year, they might still win. You put Russell Wilson on the Eagles last year, they could still win that Super Bowl. Daniel Jones would be elite in that system.
Hurts does some good things. It's hard to say. Look, Jones is doing really well in Indiana. More credit to him. He's playing for a contract. We'll see if he ends up staying there long term. But it just makes it even worse, the fact that the Eagles have our running back who won an MVP, who won a Super Bowl, who's ranked the number 1 player on NFL's top 100. And then Daniel Jones now is running all up and down Lucas Oil Stadium. They're 2-0. They're riding high. And we're sitting here again for like the 7th straight year at 0-2. Last week we don't score. Our defense plays good. This week we score. Our defense plays like crap. So that's where I am, just completely.
Yeah, so I'm a little more on the positive side. I'm a little more on the positive side. I'm going to say it like this. I'm going to spin it this way. I'm going to spin it because it's too early and the Knicks didn't even tip off yet. So I got to spin it. It's way too early for me to get negative. I get frustrated. Like, even in the beginning of the game, you were negative, and I was like, I 100% agree that field goals is going to lose. But we're holding them out. We're playing good defense. Never expected a lot from Russell Wilson anyway. We were just talking about putting Jackson Dart in. But then when he started airing it out, dude, he looked like Russell Wilson from the Super
Yeah,
Bowl in that building. Russell
he
Wilson,
did.
like
He
the
definitely
moon
did.
ball was on point. Now it was terrible defense. Bobby and them said it. I said it tonight to them guys. That might be the worst defense we play all year, and thank God we get to play them again. Like they were terrible. Like, and it wasn't like we were doing anything special. They were just beating their guys down the middle on seams wide open. Like neighbors cooked CD Lamb all day long. Like he got whatever he wanted, and I don't so to bring it back. The defense is still not 100%. The McFadden injury hurt. Probably the person that disappointed the most was a Debo, like with the penalties and the soft coverage. But I feel like it's the defensive
That
coordinator.
was who hurt you the most, not Hudson, the
Oh, no,
offensive
no, no. I'm
lineman.
talking about in the secondary. The Hudson thing's a joke because like the first one, like I heard Jordan Rondon say it. I think Bobby agreed with him. I heard other people say it. I told Greg tonight. I think the first one wasn't that bad. The first one we were
Punch,
trying to, he
the
was trying
punch.
to club him in the shoulder, and the dude slipped first. Like he was going for the regular move, but then after that part, he got fired up. People have been talking smack on us all week, blaming the offensive line while we don't score. He sucked every time he's played. He played with some emotion, and then he turned into an idiot. And I thought it was funny that he had the audacity to sit there on the sideline and be mad that they took him
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
But Bowen played great. I really put a lot of stock into how Bobby Bowen's his name, right? And the guy that stepped in for him, the backup,
Embo. I'm not sure.
the
I don't
left
know who
tackle, the
replaced
guy
him.
that stepped in for Hudson, the
The
rookie.
replacement?
Yeah,
I got to look it up. I don't
yeah.
know.
Look it up. Bowen. Anyway, he looked good. Bobby played offensive line. That's how I got hooked on Bobby in his podcast. That's how I learned to understand the offensive line. That's why I love Andrew Thomas. Like I think the
Yeah,
guy
again, a DNP. So this just proves from 2 weeks
he
ago.
played well and are being protected. And Russell Wilson threw for the second most yards in his entire
Look,
career.
the bottom line, Chris Hudson is not a sustainable backup.
No,
The
he's not.
fact
He's
is, we
gone.
don't have. Yeah, but we don't have any freaking depth on this team.
I'm saying we have the backup now. The guy that just stepped in will be
So the
Andrew
third
Thomas.
string guy, maybe we'll
He'll be a
see.
second string guy now. Hudson's
Now,
gone.
now
Yeah, but he
Hudson's
played
gone. But
great. He played great as a rookie.
okay. Yeah, he played great, but there's no depth on this team. Shane has not done a good job building
I
depth
look
on
at
this
it the
team.
other way. I look at it as we have a little more depth than we had, and now he's a
Why,
bright
if this
spot
guy's so good, why was he behind Hudson on the
because
depth chart?
they didn't see it. They didn't see it. And
That's my. I just don't think we have
Some
enough.
guys practice. Some guys don't show it in practice.
I don't think we have enough depth on this
No,
team.
the line's been a shit show for years,
Right.
and it's embarrassing. Like
Yeah.
that's been the argument. That's why Daniel Jones gets ragged on. That's why
I don't think we have enough depth on defense either. I mean, aside from our defensive line, who's supposed to be all world, right? Carter and Thibodeau, and
I think that's a matter of time. I think
our
it's a matter of time.
secondary. No, I'm not saying aside from them. They played well. I think Thibodeau had a sack. Burns played really well. I don't know what Carter and Dexter Lawrence are doing, but our secondary is weak. Our secondary should not be giving up the chunk yards that they're giving up.
That's where I'm getting Bowen. I'm getting Bowen because of our defensive
coordinator.
Yeah, Here, I'll look up the left tackle. Oh no, you look up the left tackle real quick. I can't remember his last name, but what I'm trying to say is he's getting ragged on for playing soft. I don't understand why they played so soft. I love the fact that they kicked the ball off. It played right in our hands. We got the ball. All we needed was a field goal. The bottom line is Russell made two boneheaded plays in overtime.
Yeah.
Boneheaded plays in overtime was when he went to throw it and he threw the forced fumble out of bounds and Scatterboo went and knocked it out of bounds, thank God. And then the pick. What was the pick? Like it was like triple coverage on Neighbors right down the middle. Like no sense at all to throw that ball. I don't even understand it.
You're talking about Marcus Embo?
Yeah, it has to be left tackle.
Yeah,
we signed him to play guard. He played left tackle. And
he was
played great.
Illuminor's backup, but he played for Hudson after he
played for Hudson, and he never played left tackle until for us in training camp.
All right, I mean, if that's a positive, you want to say he played well, great.
I do. I want to say I'm going to look at it.
This comes down to the fact that the defense just did not step up, and Bowen played soft-ass coverage in the fourth quarter. You know that kicker can kick from anywhere on the field. He can kick a 75-yard field goal if his life depended upon it.
That's
so the fact that they're playing prevent defense in the fourth quarter, giving up chunks of yards with 30 seconds to go, knowing fully well that if you get to midfield, he's going to kick a field goal.
Right, so he's
and
on
I
the
had
hot
no
seat
doubt
now,
in my
right?
mind that he was going to kick that.
He's on the hot
And
seat now, right? They haven't fired nobody. Like they haven't.
I hope so, but who
I mean,
knows?
they fired
even,
Wink. They fired Wink, but they carried everybody back over. Like everybody
even
back
Dable's
over.
body language though says that shows that he's not really he's not the same guy that he was here 3 years ago.
This is what I say. I say we're catching Kansas City at a vulnerable time. They don't look that good. They're losing for a reason. Hell, I even said on the other pod, maybe, just maybe, that's why Philly's 2-0. Maybe Dallas really isn't that good. They took them to the wire without Carter, and then they played a crappy Chiefs team, and the only really positive is they beat them in Arrowhead. But let's take advantage of that this week.
I hope you're right.
Let's take advantage of that this week. Let's release the Hounds. He's on the hot seat. Russell Wilson has had a game of his life in the last 3 years. I gotta think positive, man. Glass half full. You attack them. Mahomes is vulnerable when he has no time. You've seen it in the Super Bowl. That's how Philly beats them. That's how we beat Tom Brady.
That's right. You're allowed to feel positive, but
yeah, but still, I'm just saying, like, we have to win this game.
The reality is they're still 0-2 for the 7th straight year.
Oh, it's 100%.
And Dable doesn't look like he's got that energy anymore. Like he just doesn't look like he's got that fiery. And he looks deflated. He looks defeated.
I thought he looked very defeated and frustrated after that game.
Right. And rightfully so, because if it's not the offense, it's the defense. If it's the defense, it's one or the other. So the fact that he actually got some creativity on the offense, he was able to get.
When they brought Jackson Dart in?
I didn't understand it, to be honest.
The first time was neat. The first time was neat because they showed how we ran the play earlier, but when they ran it earlier, Russell Wilson kept it, and then when they brought him in, they ran the same exact play.
He slipped and fell. I
honestly thought he was going to throw it. I thought that everybody thought that he was going to keep it and he was going to RPO and throw it. But then he handed it off to Scatterbill, and that was the biggest play of the day.
I don't understand forcefully bringing him in the game. There was no need. And then you didn't bring him in week 1 when Russ was doing nothing. This game, Russ is airing it out, and then you take him out for God knows what.
I have to say I agree with you. I had to agree with you.
I don't get that. But
so you're like the positive angel on my shoulder, and I got my own self on the other shoulder because
no, it's just
I looked at it as a positive.
Every play of this team,
I looked at it as Dallas defense is not that good, and he wanted to sprinkle him in a little bit to get him on the field because he is the next quarterback, and he wants to give us another element because down the road that might come in handy against a good team like Philly. 3rd down and 3. On their 27 when we're down 4 in the fourth quarter. Like, you might run a cool play there and get a good first down or a chunk play. Like, I don't know. I just don't want to give up yet, man. I see it's a shame because he was very deflated in the post game. I always watch the post games. I watched it that night.
Well, he doesn't give you anything in press conferences anyway.
He looked defeated. He looked
He sounds like a jerk in press conferences. I'm sorry.
He did, but he looked like it really hurt. He even said it hurt. He said it hurt several times.
I'm sure it does. It should hurt losing to the Cowboys.
I feel like me and my shark life shit. I feel like they got to smell blood and they got to go. If they want to win and turn this season around, let's do it in front of the home crowd.
Yeah, I get it.
Start Scatterboo. Let's get Neighbors off for another 150.
MetLife Stadium is no home field advantage. I'm sorry.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I will tell you this. It will be exciting this week.
Yeah, well, it's Sunday Night Football. The Chiefs. I'm sure Taylor Swift will be in the building. They're going to show her 100 times on TV. I just don't see any way that the Chiefs go 0-3. If you had to pick the Chiefs or the Giants to start 0-3, I'm sorry.
Everybody's going to take the Giants.
Yeah. Right.
Maybe not me.
I don't want to see it because obviously we're Giants fans. I want to see them win and surprise people and have a good moment. I just don't.
Did I sell it to you at all, though? Did I convince you or sell it at all? Like, do you hear my recipe to win? Like, I mean, there is a recipe to win this game.
We had that same recipe for Dallas.
And we almost did it. Minus 15 stupid penalties.
Honestly,
so
I'm
listen.
Sick of saying almost.
Is Andrew Thomas playing this week?
Penalties. Thank you for bringing that up.
Is Andrew Thomas playing this week?
Who the hell knows?
If he does, that's a huge bonus.
Yeah, it is. But
right. So and then
the offense wasn't the problem.
100%. But that's another lift. You think we're going to play like that next week without him again? I think the Chiefs actually have a good defense. So
they don't say anything Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The report comes out. He's always doubtful. And then Saturday or Sunday it says
let's keep an eye on it tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll check. But yeah, if he plays, great. I'll be happy to see him play. I think it'll be a lift.
You are really defeated already. I don't like it, man. You're like You're never this defeated when we're talking about the Knicks.
It's just they've been so bad for so long, and it pisses me off that all the ex-Giants are out there doing their thing, and we're still sitting here
McKinney's over there 2-0
with
in
our
Green Bay.
hat in
Green Bay looks
hands,
like a
and it's like,
powerhouse.
yeah, McKinney, obviously DJ, Barkley, they're all doing their thing. They're all moving on to bigger and better things. We're still sitting here 0-2, still yelling about the offensive line, still yelling about the penalties. Our head coach looks defeated. Our defense is a sieve. I mean, everyone's getting on Bowen's ass now because the defense was terrible.
Yeah, I expect a big turnaround because I seen Bruce Bowen have the NFL leading sack team last year and one of the most pressuring teams in the NFL through 5 weeks when our defensive line was healthy. And we have Carter now. The problem is,
I haven't heard his name in 2 weeks. I have not heard his name in 2 weeks.
Week 1 was good. He had a sack yesterday.
Carter didn't have anything.
He had a sack yesterday, a half a sack in week 1. He had a block punt in week 1.
Burns, I know you're taking the positive on everything. I get it. That's who you are. With the fandom, I understand it. I just don't see it right now with this team. They're just.
I appreciate you saying that, not calling me delusional like them. But thanks to DJ, they can't right now. So
well. No, I don't think you're delusional. If you said the Giants are going to win the Super Bowl this year, I might call you delusional. But we have the hardest schedule in the league, and it doesn't get any better.
We really, this one hurt because it would have been 1-1. You would be more positive right now if we were 1-1. Like if we win that game, like neighbors touchdown, we were going off.
Yeah.
If we get an interception or something and we seal it.
But in the back of my mind, when neighbors caught that touchdown, I'm saying there's 30 seconds left.
I thought the same damn thing.
And I was like, I want to celebrate it, but there's 30 seconds left, and I knew that kicker.
Did you see in the Discord? They all started talking about it, and I sent the emoji with the zip lip, man. It wasn't over yet. Like, I said that shit.
And we were right. Unfortunately, we were right.
We were right. We felt it, and we know our squad, bro. We know our squad.
So that's partly the reason why I'm sitting here almost, upset, aggravated, whatever you want to call it. So. I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens against KC.
I gave you my opinion. How do you feel about the KC game?
I think I just think they don't match up with KC if KC's clicking.
They don't have weapons. They're not 100%.
Okay, but they still have Patrick Mahomes.
And Dallas has a really good offense. I mean, Dallas probably has. They're in the top 10 in offenses this year. I don't think the Chiefs are. They don't have their weapons. At least not right now.
I could see it being like a 24-10 kind of score. Yep.
I see us scoring over 30 again. I don't know if we win. We might lose 30. We might lose 37-33 or 37-31.
They don't score touchdowns at home. I mean, it's just. I hope it was I hope it wasn't a fluke in Dallas. That's what I'm hoping.
I think they're going to be. I think Russell will. I think they're all playing for their jobs this week, bro.
Okay. Listen, if that's what it takes.
We got back-to-back at home, and we can win them both. I mean, I waffled a lot the last couple of weeks already. Like, I try not to waffle, but NFL is a week-to-week league. In my mind, I was like, we're going to beat Washington. I think we can beat Dallas, but then we lost to Washington. I still felt like we could beat Dallas. And then going into the Dallas game, I said, I'm not really expecting to beat the Chiefs. I think they're going to beat Philly. Didn't look good.
So why did that change? Oh, because now
they didn't look good at all against Philly, and we looked a lot better against Dallas. I got some hope. Dude, if we would have came out and scored 10 points and lost 37-10, I would have been sitting there saying, third dart in, we suck. So Wilson played the best he's played in 3 years. Our defense still has the potential to get better, and our offense can still get better. It's only week 2. We play 17 games. If we could just beat the Chiefs. Who got hurt last night for the Chargers? Didn't they lose some weapon on offense?
They lost Khalil Mack.
Oh, they lost Khalil Mack. All right, that's still big. I mean, that's big on defense. That would help our offense out. So let's get some confidence. Let's beat these guys on Sunday night, and let's talk about it next week. I mean,
I hope you're right.
Man, let's get positive. Get positive.
Okay. I'll ride that bandwagon with you. I'm not giving up.
I gotta listen to this bullshit on the other one, and
I am not giving up on the season, man. We're just recapping the game, and I'm just telling you, it's infuriating that we sit here every Sunday, and it's like
it is.
Last week it was like this team can't score touchdowns. Well, this week we scored touchdowns. Now we can't stop scoring touchdowns. Huh?
No, go ahead. I was just talking about my almonds.
The penalties are infuriating. 16 penalties.
I have to be positive on the other one because so I gotta be in attack mode and positive all the time. So like I come out of there fired up. So all
Yeah,
day
listen,
long, I
I
think
would
it's
feel this passionate if this was the Knicks playing like this, and this is just a track record. This, unfortunately, is just a track record for the Giants because
I know.
every year
I know.
it's
Sucks.
0-2, and we don't score, we don't do this. We now it's the penalty. Now it's different reasons. So I don't know if you want to add this back, but every year it's different reasons. Every year it's we start 0-2, we can't score, we can't score. Now we finally do score. We give up. We have 16 penalties. We're fighting on the sidelines. The coach looks defeated, and our defense is a sieve. And Bowen doesn't know what the hell he's doing with prevent defense, and our big bad defensive
Yeah, they
line is
gotta.
not pressuring the quarterback enough. So I
If it
hope it changes.
continues,
We'll see what happens on Sunday. I think the Chiefs are a few point favorites, obviously, just with their track record. Hopefully, we get a little home cooking. Sunday Night Football, all eyes will be watching, and then we'll recap and see how we fare. I personally just don't see the Giants having enough muster to beat the Kansas City Chiefs, especially who are 0-2 and probably foaming at the mouth as well.
So one question before you close it out: if we lose the game, our defense looks pathetic again. Can't stop a nosebleed. Is Bowen gone?
I don't know if he's gone that soon. No, I don't think he's gone. If we're 0-3, do I think maybe it's
Hard time.
I don't know what you could do to shake things up. The only thing everyone's going to want to do is put in Dart. But if Russell Wilson's throwing the ball for 300-400 yards again, it's not his fault. Like, this was not on Russ. I mean, he had a great
Well, I
game.
mean,
Obviously,
it's not on
his
Russ, but
last
it's
penalty aside, his last moon ball aside, the turnover. But at that point, we were not going to win the game. It was either going to be a tie or a loss. So I just look at it as a long punt when he threw that
that was
interception in
second
overtime.
down, though, man. He threw that on second down. That was second down. He did not have to throw that pass, and that's why I don't understand. But I do agree with you. If he goes out and plays like that again, it's not him. So you like taking him out doesn't do anything. Bringing Dart in occasionally just keeps the crowd in trade and gives him a little bit of experience. I mean, he is our future. I think Bowen goes. I think if he goes out and lays an egg again and sucks, and he's the reason why we lose the game because no discipline on the discipline on the offensive side of the ball. Well, that's on coach. He has to straighten that shit out now. Like all them penalties. I mean, we're not known for that. I mean, that was a little absurd. That's not something we're known for, but that's better be something they
I
talk
just hope
about.
that's not another reason.
Yeah,
I'm
we don't
tired
have
of
time for it. Right. We already had, yeah, we don't have enough.
we have too many other reasons to worry about. If we get that straightened away, now we got to worry about discipline and coaching. So
Right,
I don't know,
let's get that home cooking like you're talking about, and let's meet up again, and we'll talk. And go Giants, brother.
All right, catch you guys soon.